Ahoy there, shipmates. We're all doing very well. Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your service. Another outdoor broadcast. Before, you long devoted and loyal followers start saying, where's that bloody video you're going to do? About rollerball. Yes, that's coming soon. I haven't forgotten. Things happen. And that thing in the box the other day, you were going to show us that and do a big review of that. That's coming tonight. As in the next 24 hours, you're going to see that. But I am now currently out and about drinking that wonderful deal of 3 bottles of salt for a £5 in Wetherspoons. They do Corona as well, but I don't fancy having Corona at the moment. Do you? Now I'm wearing my piratical garb. I have the Captain Charles Vane shirt. I have a rather distinctly leathery aspect going on, and of course the Captain John Rackham pirate hat. Now the reason why I'm doing that today of all days is because it's a bit of a sad day, folks, a bit of a sad day. This is in honour of the Black Pearl. No, not the one with Johnny Depp and Jack Sparrow, not that one. Where I live, on the beaches of New Brighton, there is, and has been for many years, a gorgeous cultural landmark built out of driftwood, which is an old pirate ship called the Black Pearl. And the Friends of the Black Pearl are wonderful people who look after this ship and restore it when storm damage hits it, and or any kind of vandalism. And to be honest, even though it's quite a big vessel, or was a big vessel, it never did seem to get vandalised. And lots of school parties would come down and have their lessons, and they'd have picnics and packed lunches, in the shadow of the Black Pearl, and they could go aboard it. And it was built out of driftwood. Every single bit of this boat, this ship, was made out of what's been washed up on our beaches. So obviously dead seals, shopping trolleys, palmer oil, but no, all driftwood, and it is a work of art. Well, last night, totally out of the blue, I've mentioned storms aplenty, which has been hitting the UK. A storm whipped up out of nowhere, and I mean nowhere. There was no warning about this storm hitting us, and there was a high tide at midnight. And anyway, sadly, the ship, after surviving many a storm, this tempest took it away, broke it apart and swept it out. So what was a bit of a cultural landmark has now become a hazard to shipping. It's somewhere out by the Isle of Man right about now. But it is such a shame. And the thing is, there was a 10-week process where they were actually restoring it and putting new bits in and making it even more bejeweled and dazzling, for the kids. And it's all gone. So the Friends of the Black Pearl, who all dress as pirates as it happens, they've got their work cut out again. It's such a shame. So here's to the Black Pearl, folks. Long may she sail the 7 seas. But yeah, so I thought I'd put the garb on, and it is blowing an absolute fucking tempest right now again. What's going on? Are we into springtime now? I don't know. I lose track of all this sort of stuff. The weather, the elements, how to hold the camera properly. So yeah, there's stuff coming tonight. I just didn't want people thinking that, we've forgotten again. I haven't forgotten. All this stuff happened. And there was the Liverpool game last night. Now, here's my next topic. Yeah, I'm afraid it's that old chestnut of coronavirus. Yes. We have Boris Bojo Johnson. Britain will always prevail. Or was that Winston Churchill? Who knows? There's a big difference between the two. He's, at the moment, as I speak now, he's in another one of these secret Cobra meetings. Cobra, that's when something really badly threatens the UK, and all the defence chiefs and everyone get behind closed doors and they play charades or top trumps. But so whatever he comes out with, the thing is, Ireland Era has now shut down all its schools, and any public gatherings are now banned, and people are meant to self-isolate. Where possible, it's to work from home. So they really are moving things up. Now Italy, of course, is in massive countrywide, nationwide lockdown. They've had hundreds of deaths. They've got thousands of people who are suffering from it. Now, So some are saying, are we shutting the barn door a bit too late here? Because when I tell you what the next nugget of information, you'll see what I mean. There was a Liverpool game last night. Liverpool versus Atletico, a Madrid team. And that's why I didn't do a video, because I was watching the Liverpool game. And it went to extra time as well. And we fucking lost. Jesus Christ, fucking lost. And that tempest took place whilst the game was on, and then got worse afterwards. But the point is, though, that Real Madrid, the other footy team from Madrid, have got contact with people with coronavirus, so they are not playing any games anymore, or they play behind closed doors. A lot of teams, a lot of leagues now are playing behind closed doors, i.e. they've got no crowds there, so no crowds can pass around the virus. So lots of planes and people are not allowed from various countries into other countries, and we've had games in the UK have been postponed and cancelled because of the threat of coronavirus, and yet, in their wisdom, don't worry, I'm getting to that point, and yet, he says again, and yet, they allowed 3,500 Atletico fans to hit Liverpool yesterday. I know, because I was in town yesterday, and I met loads of them. I'll come on to that in a minute. Various characters that I've stumbled across. They filled every bar in town, and they're great. They're a good-natured crowd. They're not an issue I've never found. And then, of course, they went to, the match. They've stayed overnight, and they've probably had breakfast and been to a few pubs today before they fly out again. Now, they're from Madrid. Madrid has a lot of cases and a lot of deaths as well. How is it they were allowed to come here? And as a big spokesman for the health organisation has said this morning, he said, this is ridiculous. What have you done there? Why have you done that? You've cancelled other matches, you've postponed other matches. You let this one go ahead, knowing that there's going to be, out of that 3,500, spectators, many of them are going to be carrying that virus. So now they've been all the pubs and clubs and bars and restaurants at Liverpool, having spread it, and then around the streets and the shops and all that. Then they've been to the match. Pretty much everyone at Liverpool is going to be infected now. Fucking hell, So, is that deliberate? Bojo doesn't give a shit about Liverpool. Bojo, if you're watching, you don't deny it. You don't give a fuck about the North. So are we scapegoats? Something got leaked out before from this Cobra meeting. Now, I don't know if this is true. And the very fact that before I come out, they were still in the meeting. So I don't know how this got leaked out. But he was saying that apparently the British standpoint, we're going to fight the virus, and we're going to fight it by not closing anything down, not cancelling sporting events, not closing schools. We're going to all suffer it, take it on board, and we'll be harder and stronger because of it. I don't know if that's true. I really don't know if that's true. Scotland are going to start shutting schools as well. Don't know about Wales, but Scotland and Ireland are going to be doing this. So there's no way on earth he's going to make that kind of policy stick when everyone's running scared. So what the hell is going on? What the hell is out there? And expects, we're going to have an Italy style epidemic where we're going to have thousands suffering. We've got thousands now, I think, suffering from it, but we're going to have hundreds and hundreds of deaths as well. So are we just scapegoats? Is there a cull going on? Is this deliberate? Here's another thing for you. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I do love the way rumours like this get spread. And the best rumours, there's always a hint of truth. The best weirdness, there's always like, yeah, that could be right. Because none of us trust governments, do we? None of us trust governments. They're all liars. The minute you get taken into office, you may have had all the most moral standpoints imaginable. You may have wanted to make the world a better place, be a champion for the underdog, help the downtrodden. But the minute you get into office and you get a bit of power, that is removed from you, surgically removed from you. And your conscience is destroyed. Any kind of heart and values you once had are sacrificed to a greater cause. The greater cause being that top 1% who run the world. Yeah. But isn't it weird how globally they're working to a point where they want nobody out on the streets? They want everybody inside. What's happening? Is it the second coming? Is it the Antichrist? Is it aliens? Get ready. They're here. But it makes you think, doesn't it? Like, they're building up and up and up to this sort of global quarantine. Everybody stay indoors, nobody. And there'll be a certain date, you watch, there'll be a certain date coming up when they say, nobody, right, that's it, worldwide, nobody leaves their house. And if they do, well, that thing I mentioned the other week, martial law, comes into effect. They will be shot, or at least apprehended and incarcerated, so they don't see what's about to take place. There's a definite fucking movie in this. And of course, Tom Hanks and his missus have now both got it as well. They were filming down in Australia, weren't they? And I don't know what else, some film or something. And Tom Hanks has now come up, yeah, I'm afraid I've got coronavirus. He'd be like fucking Castaway. 2 weeks into his quarantine, you'll see him sitting on a beach with like long shaggy hair and a big beard, in little buckskin undies, burning, palm leaves for his supper. But yeah, so it all sounds very strange, doesn't it? Very strange. I'll tell you what, he'll get an Oscar out of that, or at least a nomination. I mean, Tom Hanks gets nominated just for walking down the fucking street, doesn't he? But it's crazy times, crazy times. Is it the end of times? Who cares? I've still got some of this stuff, so. Cheers, y'all. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, part of me thinks it's all bullshit. Like, it's just the media, they are definitely, mind you, the media is pretty much, government sanctioned anyway and controlled. So they're saturating the news, papers, news feeds, every TV show, every radio show. It's just dominated by, coronavirus, COVID-19. Everything's about that now. So it's no wonder that Joe Public gets scared. And then you've got the one or two comments saying, this is rubbish, many more people die of normal flu on a normal daily basis than this is going to kill in a year or 2 years, and it's worse. Why are we all running scared? Why are we stocking on bog roll? Fucking bog roll. Last I saw, its symptoms didn't include giving you the shits. Then again, if you're going to be locked up in your house for 2 weeks, I don't know. All very weird, very weird. So the media plays a huge part. They are not blameless in the mass worldwide stampede to pandemonium and worry and fear. They are definitely hugely to blame. But who is pulling their strings? Who's making them or allowing them to put this news out there relentlessly and to scaremonger? There's a lot more to this, folks. There's a lot more to it. Kilt-Man smells a rat. There's something wrong with the price of fish in Denmark. And I will find out what it is. I will get to the root cause of this. And I will show it and exhibit it and expose it for the charm that it is to the world. Who knows? But let me know what you think, what your theories on this, because there's definitely some movies in this. There's some definite novels. There's already been one. Dean R. Koontz wrote a novel back in '82 about this exact type of thing. Weird, hey? Symmetry there, methinks. Coincidence? Not at all. Right, I'm going to leave it there, folks. I'll put my hat back on. There we go. With John Rackham. Beautiful. It's a beautiful bit of kit, especially when you're wandering around town. And oh yeah, speaking of wandering around town and looking ridiculous, there was I went to the I went to Sergeant Pepper's on Matthew Street yesterday, and before the match, and of course it was festooned with Atletico Madrid, fans, and hundreds of them in there, and they were in good voice, good spirits. But one of them looked like that guy out Village People. He had a big, all that feathered Indian headdress, all the feathers, all the way down his back. But on it, draped across his back, was the Saltaire, which is the Scottish flag, the blue and white Scottish flag with the cross on it. And of course, he had a kilt on as well, which was a MacLeod of Harris. I know, I have it. And I was there in a kilt, he was there in a kilt. But he had all Atletico Madrid stuff underneath all that. He was part of a huge mob of fans. And he came to the bar, he saw me, I saw him. We appraised each other's situation. I thought, what are you doing wearing that? He looked at me and he thought, why are you looking at me like that? And his headdress was battered. I was looking for him, when the match was on. I was hoping to see him in the crowd. They did focus on a lot of fans, like, who were dressed up to the nines, like, and some had no tops on at all. But despite the hellish rain that was coming down, but I didn't see him. But his headdress was battered, even sort of early afternoon. His headdress was knackered. The feathers were all bent, and some were missing, some were crushed over. But I thought, it's eye catching certainly. But why? What is it? And he looked at me and he kind of thought, oh, hang on, that guy's got a kilt on. He's got sort of long, shaggy red hair. Yeah, he could be I'll get the drinks and I'm going to fuck off. Went back to his mates. But I wouldn't mind getting a picture with him, just to say, look at the state of this guy. He'd have thought the same thing. I thought, a bit of an irony. He had an Indian, Native American headdress on, and I was wearing a US cavalry belt buckle. Both of us had this crazy pick and mix idea of what to wear. But anyway, who knows what's going to happen next. So, video coming tonight, and I'm going to try to make it a little bit more entertaining. I wouldn't take much though, would it? Let's be honest. I'm going to have dances and fireworks. Yeah. But anyway, stay tuned for that, folks. Great to have you all on board. Glad you're still here. Glad you're enjoying the much varied and often irreverent and ridiculous content. But in the meantime and in between time, you guys take it easy, take care, be happy, be safe, be healthy, avoid viruses at all fucking, extents possible. But also, take it with a pinch of salt. It ain't all what they crack on, It ain't. It's aliens, what he tells you. Aliens. So, in the meantime and in between time, keep it kilted, keep it Celtic, and I'm going to see you all later. I suggest you don't eat our own meals. You only eat out of pot noodles to be on the safe side.